Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA. I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news in television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight it's season 31. It's episode 10, and tonight's show is titled, I'm Gonna Wreck It. We are going to be breaking down the news from January the 28th through today, February the 3rd. Can you believe it? It's a new month once again, February the 3rd. Welcome to February of 2026. I can't believe we're already on our second month of the new year already. But we are here to talk about the latest and greatest. I got a couple movies to talk about, of course, a couple TV shows to talk about. We'll talk box office, and then, of course, we'll get into the news of the week. So let's jump right on in. My first movie is Shelter. This is the new action thriller from Jason Statham. Now, went to the theater, checked this one out, was very excited to check this one out. Why? Because Jason Statham is one of those guys that can pretty much make the same movie over and over and over again, and we all still love it. And there's something about Jason Statham and his demeanor and the way he handles business. It's awesome. And he has found this niche lately of quietly dropping a movie in January and having it be a banger, right? A couple years ago, we had The Beekeeper, which, we all laughed at first and we're like, what the fuck? The Beekeeper? And it was a banger. It was awesome. I love The Beekeeper. And then last year we had A Working Man, right? And we're like, what a silly title, A Working Man. He's just a lonely old construction worker. Oh no, but he's got a particular set of skills and he's doing his thing, right? And A Working Man was another low-key banger and a great kickoff to the new year. So that just shows me a trend. So I'm like, okay, Jason Statham, January, we're kicking off 2026 with Shelter. Let's do it. And January has been a really strong month, so I was very, very excited. Went in, checked this one out, and I did not care for this one very much, man. He let me down. And I shouldn't say Jason Statham let me down, because he did his job. He did what he needed to do in this movie. What let me down was the movie itself. It is sluggish. It just drags. I even felt like the action scenes were sluggish and dragged. It's a very dark and just blah kind of movie. I found myself so super bored, and I hate to say that about a Jason Statham action movie, man, because it's typically my thing. But it failed me on all points this go around. This one here is about a man living in self-imposed exile on a remote island. He rescues a young girl from a violent storm, setting off a chain of events that forces him out of seclusion to protect her from enemies tied to his past. This one was directed by Rick Roman-Waugh, who just earlier this month had Greenland 2 in theaters, and I loved Greenland 2. He's a really solid director. I don't know what happened here. Like I said, very sluggish. The story was just boring, He's living as this lighthouse keeper on this island, and he lives by himself with his dog, and he doesn't like nobody, and he doesn't want to talk to nobody, and just wants to live by himself. And, he's obviously hiding from someone. And this young girl with her uncle, they come from the mainland to deliver him food and supplies every couple weeks. And during one of these routine drop-offs, there's a big storm, and her uncle gets pushed away. She can't get back to the boat. She's drowning. He jumps in. He saves her. And, of course, as he's trying to, help her out, he ends up getting spotted. And, of course, all the bad guys come for him. It's nothing new, it's nothing fresh, and just the way it was handled was such a letdown, man. I hate to say it, again, I'm a big Jason Statham fan, and he does what he can with this, but unfortunately, there's just no redeeming for this one, man. It's just very boring, and it's just okay at best. I don't find myself buying this one or watching it again, to be honest, anytime soon. So, Shelter, unfortunately, breaks the awesome January streak we were on, and only gets 2 out of 5 stars. But then we turned a page, right? And that was at the movie theater, but I got to go to the streaming side of things. pop on Prime Video and check out The Wrecking Crew. Now, if you checked out our top 10 most anticipated films special episode that we did, The Wrecking Crew kind of slid in on that episode as one of my most anticipated films, because the trailer had just dropped and I was like, whoa, where did this movie come from? So when we were talking most anticipated, Wrecking Crew was on there. I absolutely loved that trailer. This movie screamed it's a DONMEGA film all the way through, and I'm happy to report it sure as hell was. This movie was a blast. The Wrecking Crew, of course, with Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa, Marina Baccarin, of course, Jacob Batalon from the Spider-Man movies, Stephen Root, Tamara Morrison, the little girl from Lilo and Stitch. It's a really strong cast here. And this one here is about estranged half-brothers, Johnny and James, who reunite after their father's mysterious death. As they search for truth, buried secrets reveal a conspiracy threatening to tear their family apart. So, this one here, number one, written by Jonathan Troper. Now, that name might not mean anything to a lot of people, but it means a hell of a lot to me because Jonathan Troper is awesome. And pretty much every project that guy touches is great. And I'm going to go to his biggest thing for me, Banshee. Banshee is a show that is amazing. It is 4 seasons of glorious action cinema. I loved Banshee, and he is the man behind it. And he's gone on to do a lot of other things, and most recently, Your Friends and Neighbors over on Apple TV Plus, which is also a different kind, because it's not really an action show, but it's a different kind of just his genius, right? Which the Season 2 trailer just dropped. We'll talk about that later, and congratulations to an early Season 3 renewal. But I see Jonathan Troper's name on here. I see directed by Angel Manuel Soto, who did Blue Beetle, and is a really strong director. I see Bautista and Momoa as 2 guys that I'm like, oh my god, a buddy kind of cop movie with these 2 in the lead, sold, right? Action, comedy, crime. Action comedies are my favorite, and this movie dives in. Of course, like I said in the premise of it, they're estranged half-brothers, right? They hate each other. Jason Momoa is a cop on the mainland. Bautista is a military guy over on the island of Oahu. He's in Hawaii, and their father is killed, and he ends up bringing Jason Momoa back to the island, really for the funeral, and then Momoa starts investigating it to see if it was anything more than what they, was told it was just a hit and run. But of course, there's always more than meets the eye. And they start reluctantly teaming up. They hate each other. They love each other. They fight others. The action's incredible. It gets gory at times. It's just so much fun, man. The banter, Momoa and Bautista are so good together. They got that good brother chemistry. All the supporting players are great. This was such a fun ride. I wish I could have seen this in the theater. I would have rather have seen this in the theater over Shelter. That is for damn sure. But hey, if you got Prime Video, check this one out. It is awesome. 4 out of 5 stars. And real quick, I also checked out the other night The Strangers Chapter 2, because I love to torture myself, right? Because The Strangers remake was not that good, and they're stretching it out over 3 films. Chapter 3 is about to hit theaters like next week. So I had to see Chapter 2. It just hit streaming. I put it on, and I tortured myself for an hour and a half. This movie fucking sucks. It was so boring. It's just 90 minutes of bullshit just for them to stretch this movie across 3 films. Absolutely horrible. I know everyone that saw it talked shit about it, and I was like, is it really that bad? Yes, it's that bad, and I feel bad saying that because Madeline Pesh, who plays Maya, the main girl in the movie from Riverdale, she's awesome. I want to give her flowers because she's great, and it sucks that she's stuck in such a piece of shit movie like this, because she's so much better than this. So we'll see how Chapter 3 wraps up. I'm hoping it's way better than Chapter 2, because Chapter 2 is basically, oh, you survived the first movie? Let's chase you for an hour and a half. Nothing fucking happens. It's not scary. There's barely any kills. It's just bullshit. So that's The Strangers Chapter 2, 1 out of 5 stars. All right, let's get on over to the TV side. Last week's episode, I told you, Wonder Man had dropped, the latest from the Marvel Cinematic Universe over on Disney Plus. And when I did last week's show, it was 8 episodes. I had already watched 6, so I had 2 more to go. I finished it and I loved it. So again, this is really just to reiterate that Wonder Man is fantastic. It is a great show. It's so different than what you're expecting. It is a solo standalone story in the Marvel universe. It is what they call a Marvel Spotlight, which means you can jump into it. You don't have to be fully aware of the entire MCU. Yaya is amazing. Ben Kingsley is amazing. Their chemistry is amazing. Their friendship is amazing. This show is just so good. Don't sleep on it. Check it out for sure. Wonder Man, all episodes up on Disney Plus. And lastly, I just want to shout out again, Shrinking. Shrinking is back for season 3, and the first 2 episodes are out now. One of my favorite shows on television currently. I love Shrinking. This show is so real. It's raw, it's emotional, but it's also hilarious, man. This show makes me laugh out loud so much. There's a lot of other comedies I chuckle here and there, but this show is hilarious. It is truly one of the best things on television right now. Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, just an amazing cast and crew. Everyone in this show is superb. And if you're not watching this show, I'm telling you, you're missing out. So catch up, and if you've been caught up and you didn't know season 3 dropped, it has dropped. Weekly rollout, first 2 episodes are out now. Apple TV, Shrinking, get with it. All right, let's do a recap real quick. In theaters now, Shelter with Jason Statham, 2 out of 5 stars. The Wrecking Crew, streaming on Prime Video, 4 out of 5 stars. The Strangers Chapter 2, streaming on Stars, 1 out of 5 stars. Wonder Man, big thumbs up. Check it out on Disney Plus. And Shrinking season 3 is here. Check it out on Apple TV. All right. So with those reviews out the way, let's get on over to our box office. Coming in at number 10, it's 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Number 9, Marty Supreme. Number 8, The Housemaid. Number 7, Mercy. Number 6 is Shelter. So we just talked about it. Only made number 6. So Jason isn't, he didn't excite as many people as he did with those other films, because both The Working Man and Beekeeper were number 1 films. Shelter only made it to number 6 with $5 million. Number 5 was Avatar Fire and Ash. Number 4, Zootopia 2. Number 3, the Melania documentary, bringing in $7 million in its debut. Number 2, a very big story going around Hollywood right now, Iron Lung. Iron Lung is an independent film that was self-financed based on a video game and somehow made $17.8 million in its debut. It is incredible what this movie has done for a very small, independently financed film that they were hoping to make 1 or 2 mil out of, and it made 17.8. And your number 1 movie is Send Help. And I know I reviewed Send Help on last week's episode because I saw it a week early. I'm going to tell you again, Send Help is amazing. So 4 out of 5 stars for Send Help. It is so damn good. I highly recommend you go check that one out. I'm so happy it was number 1. It made $19.1 million. So looking at that between the Iron Lung movie, Send Help only beat it by $2 million. And that was a big budget Sam Raimi, Rachel McAdams film compared to some just low budget, self-financed, no stars thing. So kind of crazy when you look at it, man. But congratulations to Send Help at number 1. I hope the word of mouth carries it because it is amazing. Again, 4 out of 5 stars. Awesome movie. All right, guys, let's get on over to our news of the week. Again, if you want to see any trailers, you want to check out any full articles, everything you want to see is on our X page, x.com/amiontheair. We got a ton of trailers to talk about. Apple TV did a big press conference today and announced a bunch of things, so we will talk about that a little bit later on. Lots of stuff to check out, so let's jump on in. First up, new trailer for a new show called DTF St. Louis. David Harbour, Jason Bateman, and Linda Cardellini star in this. This starts streaming March 1st on HBO Max. I'm there for it. This trailer's awesome, and what a great cast. Jason Bateman, David Harbour, and I love Linda Cardellini, man. Oh, I love her so much. So I am down to see this show as much as they are down to F over on St. Louis. So there it is, DTF St. Louis, March 1st, HBO Max. We also have the first official full trailer for Paradise Season 2 with Sterling K. Brown. I loved Paradise Season 1. What a pleasant surprise that show was. Big swerve. They went somewhere I had no idea they were going. It was such a pleasant surprise. And now Season 2 is coming back. It premieres February 23rd on Hulu. Sterling K. Brown back. Shailene Woodley is joining Season 2. And this trailer looks awesome. I can't wait for Paradise Season 2. We got some first look photos of Henry Cavill from the new Highlander movie. They are finally filming. This has been in the works for so many years, and now it's actually happening. And Henry Cavill looks awesome as Connor McLeod. He looks so damn cool. I'm so excited for this. It's directed by Chad Stahelski. When you look at these pictures, you see John Wick vibes in them, and that's because Chad Stahelski, of course, the director of John Wick. So you know this action is going to be crazy. They're saying it could be like John Wick with a sword, and I am there for it. So very cool photos there. We also have your first look at Ted Lasso Season 4. It's going to premiere this summer on Apple TV. So a couple little photos there of him coaching the women's soccer team this time. Odessa Azeon. So she signed up to be a part of a movie, and then she dropped out of the movie because of some backlash over the character's Mexican heritage. And she didn't realize, and she right away backed out of it. So she will no longer star in Sean Durkin's and A24's film adaptation of Deep Cuts over controversy regarding the character's Mexican heritage. She says, "I am with you all, and I am not doing this movie." So she cut out of the film. She was meant to portray a character that is of Mexican heritage in the book. And this is what her statement was. She says, "Thank you guys for bringing this to my attention. I agree with every single one of you. This is why I love you guys. I'm so sorry that this happened. It is so important for me to let you in on how it all went down. I went in for the role of Percy, but was offered Zoe instead and instantly said yes. I'm so pissed, y'all. I hadn't read the book and I should have paid more attention to all aspects of Zoe before accepting. And now that I know that, what I know. Fuck that, I'm out. I'd never take a role from someone else that's meant to do it. That should do it. That's not me. There are plenitude of people more than capable of playing this role, and I am not one of them. I can't wait to see who it ends up being." So very cool on her to basically realize, hey, like, this doesn't fit me. I shouldn't do this, and I'm out. So, we'll see who ends up filling that. Phil Dunster has been cast as Eret in the live-action How to Train Your Dragon 2. That, of course, is going to hit theaters on June 11th of 2027. For those of you that don't recognize the name Phil Dunster, this is, I can't remember his character's name, but he's from Ted Lasso, and he's really, really good. Apple has landed the rights to turn Mistborn into a film franchise and the Stormlight Archive into a TV series. Brandon Sanderson, who wrote the book, will write, produce, and consult on all projects. So very cool there, based on the New York Times best-selling book. Very big adaptation there, so can't wait to see that, especially with it being on Apple, because we know Apple only drops those bangers. Netflix has signed a deal to release the live-action Gundam movie. This will star Sydney Sweeney and Noah Centineo, so very excited to see a Gundam movie. That'll be pretty awesome. The verdict is in. Netflix has renewed The Lincoln Lawyer for Season 5 ahead of the Season 4 premiere. So congratulations there for its early renewal. Before Season 4 even comes out, Season 5 is renewed. Ana de Armas is set to play a fitness influencer in Trouble in Jay Blanken's Sweat. So there you go, man. And hey, I'll be checking out anything with Ana de Armas. Let's see here. Sisu director Jamari Haylander's John Rambo is officially in production. So John Rambo, of course, going to be a prequel. And the director of Sisu, Jamari Haylanders, he is filming it, and they've signed on Noah Centineo again. We just talked about him in Gundam. He is playing John Rambo. And this was the statement. He said, "When I was 11, I saw First Blood for the first time, and it changed my life. Rambo wasn't just a film to me. It stayed with me growing up and was a defining influence on why I wanted to become a filmmaker. As we begin production on the origin of John Rambo, we're going back to the beginning. This is Rambo stripped down, raw, and real, a survival story about endurance, persistence, and lost innocence. It's an honor to shape this next chapter with deep respect for the character and the legacy, and to bring audiences the start of John Rambo's journey." So very cool there from the director. I'm excited to see this origin story of John Rambo. I think it could be really, really cool. SS Rajamouli's Varance is going to release in theaters worldwide on April 7th of 2027. This, of course, is the director of RRR that everybody loved. So this is his next movie. So get ready on April 7th. We have your first look at Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat. That's right. Remember the show Jury Duty that came out about a year ago? It was such a pleasant surprise where they basically did a courtroom jury that everyone was an actor except for one guy, and they were punking him. And now they're doing it again, and this time with a company retreat. So this is going to premiere March 20th over on Prime Video. So check out the first trailer for it. Mandy Patinkin has been cast as Odin in the live-action God of War series. A series adaptation of Sex Criminals is in the works over at Prime Video, with Kumail Nanjiani set to star. The series follows a couple who have the ability to stop time when they have sex. Using their powers to then rob banks. So there you go. I love the log line of this thing, man. That they could stop time having sex and then they rob banks during it. So why not, right? I think this sounds great. I reached out to my boy Friggins, who's a big, comic graphic novel guy. Asked him if he knows this one. He says it's great, and he's really excited about it, so it gets me excited. Sex Criminals is in the works. All right, Cameron Diaz and Stephen Merchant will star in a new rom-com, with Merchant set to direct. The film follows a workaholic at an upscale hotel who strikes a deal with a struggling stand-up comic to have her as a wife for guest appearances. So there you go. Olafur Dari Olafsson has been cast as Thor in the live-action God of War series, of course coming soon to Prime Video. We have your first sneak peek at the cast for the 4 Beatles biopics. Harris Dickinson as John Lennon, Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney, Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr, and Joseph Quinn as George Harrison. So pretty cool there. Check out the first look photos as they are filming now. Yes, it is 4 separate Beatles films, man. Basically, they're making the Beatles Avengers film. So, but check out first looks. They look cool, man. I hate the Beatles, but they look cool, and I'm we'll see how it goes. A Steal the Brain Rot movie is in the works. Yes, that's right. The film will be made in partnership with the creators of the Roblox minigame. Yes, this is a Roblox game. I know my daughter plays Roblox a lot. I don't know if she's ever talked about Steal the Brain Rot, but how do you make a movie of this shit? Like, I scratch my head sometimes. Outlander Season 8 trailer. That's right. Previews the final episodes of the Starz TV show. Check that out. We have the teaser trailer for The Audacity. This is Zach Galifianakis and Billy Magnuson's new TV show that is coming soon to AMC and AMC+. Brendan Fraser and Andrew Scott's World War II movie, Pressure, has been given a release date of May 29th. Sean William Scott stars in a new horror movie called Dolly, and we have the first trailer for it. Anthony Starr. I talked so highly earlier about Banshee, and Banshee wouldn't be what it was without Anthony Starr. I know everybody thinks of him as Homelander, but man, see him in Banshee. That's where I got my start with him, and he's incredible in that. He's been cast in a new Netflix surfing drama called Breakers. Damon Lindelof looks to be back in business with HBO. He's got a new ordered miniseries called The Chain, which is another one based on a best-selling book. NBC is taking 2 TV vets on a serious head trip. Katie Sagal and Jane Lynch have been cast as best friends and therapists in an untitled comedy pilot. Helena Bonham Carter and Chris Messina have booked rooms over at the White Lotus. That's right, coming soon for season 4. Eli Roth says his new horror movie, Ice Cream Man, will be the craziest film he's ever made. I want to outdo Hostel and Green Inferno and Cabin Fever in terms of batshit crazy. That's what Roth said. He said, it's like The Birds, but with children. I filmed with 100 kids going completely nuts. So I can't wait for the Ice Cream Man. This looks good, man. Those Beatles biopics will be out in April of 2028. It is a 4-film cinematic event that's being directed by Sam Mendes. In some really sad news, man, this completely caught me off guard a couple days ago. Catherine O'Hara passed away. Of course, Home Alone, Schitt's Creek. She was just on The Studio with Seth Rogen. She pops up in so much. Beetlejuice 2 last year. She's amazing. And yeah, she passed away at just 71 years old. I was so shocked to see this news hit. It's one of those ones that you're like, no, like that's fake, right? This isn't true. Unfortunately, it was true. She's amazing. She was so good in everything she did. I love Schitt's Creek. Of course, she'll always be the mom on Home Alone. Kevin. It's just so sad. So rest in peace. Our thoughts and prayers are out to her family and friends. All right. We have the brand new official trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2. This one, of course, starring Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci. So check out this new trailer. We have a new TV trailer that they're calling a Super Bowl spot, but it's about a minute long for Scream 7. Pretty cool little video here talking about Kevin Williamson coming back, who was the original writer, also directing the new film. So pretty cool there. Of course, this hits theaters on February 27th. The upcoming Harry Potter series is set to premiere in early 2027 on HBO. The upcoming Fast and Furious film, they are finally moving forward with Fast X Part 2, but it is no longer called that. The new title is officially Fast Forever. So Fast Forever is now set to race into theaters, wink wink, on March 17th, 2028. So, man, 2028. Dude, Fast X came out in 2023 and was the first part of a 2-part finale. It ended on a cliffhanger because the next one was supposed to come out like a year later, and we're going from 2023 to 2028. 5 years? 5 years to give me the second part to a goddamn movie? What is this? Into the Spider-Verse? Like, this is insane, man. So, yeah, but Fast Forever, I really do like that title. This is the last movie of the franchise. It makes a lot of sense, and I'm just glad we have a release date, so get going on it. Colin Farrell's Sugar. Season 2 has been given a release date of June 19th over on Apple TV. I loved Sugar. I thought it was a great show. Loved Season 1. Very excited it got picked up for a Season 2. Can't wait to see where it goes. And I'll see on June 19th. All right. Let's see here. Stranger Things, Tales from 85. This is a new animated spinoff. The animated series follows the Hawkins group on an adventure that is set between seasons 2 and season 3 of the main show. So it's a little side story quest that they went on. Tales from 85, coming soon to Netflix. A movie adaptation of The Exorcism at 1600 Penn is in the works over at Blumhouse. The story follows the president when the White House becomes a supernatural battleground for good versus evil. We have the first trailer for Mockbuster. This is a documentary that follows the craziness behind The Asylum, which is the studio that makes B-movie ripoffs like Sharknado. So I will totally check out this documentary. This looks awesome. So I'm ready for it. I love The Asylum, man. I can't wait to see this breakdown. Alistair Duncan will return as Mimir in the live-action God of War series. The Housemaid officially hit digital premium VOD as of today. So if you missed this one in the theater, awesome movie. Definitely worth the watch. It is available on premium VOD as of right now. All right, what we got? We have the first trailer for Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Ryan Murphy's new anthology series will premiere February 12th over on FX. We have that John Hamm, Olivia Munn, and James Marsden back for the first teaser trailer for Your Friends and Neighbors Season 2. I love this show, man. Season 1 was incredible. One of my favorite shows of the year. I love that James Marsden is on Season 2 now. This premieres April 3rd over on Apple TV. I cannot wait. And with great news of that Season 2 trailer, Apple TV announced that they've already renewed it for Season 3. So let's go. I am ready. I'm glad that they are doubling down. It shows you again how confident they are in Season 2. So I love it. We have the first official trailer for Love is Blind Season 10. This premieres February 11th over on Netflix. We have another new Scream. So we have two new Scream 7 things. One is a little mini kind of blurb about going back and making the next movie and Kevin Williamson coming back. And then now we have the new Super Bowl spot as well for the movie that hits theaters later this month. And it looks pretty cool, man. So it's less than a minute long. Definitely check that one out. We have the first trailer for that Stranger Things Tales from 85. This premieres on Netflix April 23rd. We have the new trailer for Michael Jackson's biopic, Michael. This hits theaters in IMAX on April 24th. This trailer is awesome. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. This trailer looks so good. I love musical biopics. I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody, was just so damn good. And this looks like it's in the vein of it. I can't wait to see where they take it. I hear that there's obviously more and they want to do a follow-up with the later years of his life. I'm so ready for it, man. Michael, this movie's gonna make all the money. So check out the new trailer, and it hits theaters April 24th. All right. Let's see. We talked about that. The Kelly Clarkson Show is going to end after 7 seasons. Nancy Meyers is directing a new rom-com that will release on December 25th of 2027. It's going to star Jude Law, Emma Mackey, Penelope Cruz, Kieran Culkin, and Owen Wilson. It follows a director and a producer who fell in love, made successful films together, broke up, and are now forced back together. Dan Levy and Rachel Sennett have created a new comedy series together titled Big Mistakes. The series follows two incapable siblings who are blackmailed into the world of organized crime. This releases in 2026 on Netflix. I love the sounds of this. I mean, some great heads behind it, so I'll definitely check that out. Brenda Song and Jason Biggs star in a new comedy movie called Operation Taco Gary. Operation Taco Gary. Okay. Check out the first little teaser trailer for that. Meryl Streep is set to play an award-winning singer in the new Cameron Crowe movie. Callum Turner and Margaret Qualley are going to star in the new horror movie remake of Possession. Sherry Shepherd's daytime talk show Sherry has been canceled after just 4 seasons. Very happy with the renewal of not only Happy's Place for season 3, but St. Denis Medical for season 3. St. Denis Medical is so damn funny. If you're not watching that show, you need to get with it. If you like to laugh, that's the one to watch. So I'm very happy to see it renewed by NBC. You can check that one out on Peacock as well. St. Denis Medical. So congratulations to Happy's Place and St. Denis Medical for both being renewed for season 3. We have the full complete winners list for the Grammys that just happened the other night, so check that out if you're interested. Heated Rivalry star Connor Story will make his SNL hosting debut in February, so welcome to the team. Nate Bargatze's Sony movie The Breadwinner has been delayed. It was supposed to come out in March, and now it's been pushed to May of 2026. All right, so we got some Apple news here. Apple TV is going to release Cape Fear this summer. This is, of course, a TV version of the movie. It'll make its global debut on June 5th. A storm is coming for happily married attorneys Anna, played by Amy Adams, and Tom, played by Patrick Wilson, when Max Cady, played by Javier Bardem, the notorious killer they are responsible for putting behind bars, is let out of prison. So I'm there for it, man. Awesome, awesome cast. It's Apple TV. It's going to be a banger. I'm ready for it. June 5th. Another new show, Lucky, is coming July 15th to Apple TV. A new series starring Anna Taylor-Joy, Annette Bening, Timothy Olyphant, and Drew Starkey. So check out the first little teaser trailer for that. Another new one coming to Apple TV, Kerry Washington, Elizabeth Moss, and Kate Mara star in the new official teaser for Imperfect Woman. This is streaming on Apple TV starting on March 18th. We have your first look at another Apple TV project. Keanu Reeves, Cameron Diaz, and Matt Bomer star in the new movie Outcome. This is Jonah Hill's new movie. He directed it, and it's going to premiere April 10th on Apple TV. We have the brand new trailer for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 as well. Godzilla and Kong face off against their biggest enemy yet in the new trailer. This starts streaming on February 27th on Apple TV. This trailer is awesome. This looks like what should have been the last Kong and Godzilla movie. But now we're going to get it on a TV show, which is very, very exciting. So check out the trailer for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. Taking a side note from Apple for a second, we have the all-new teaser for Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2. This starts streaming February 26th on Netflix. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson star in the first full trailer for the drama. This hits theaters on April 3rd. It looks pretty damn interesting. George Lendenborg Jr. will replace Danny Ramirez in The Last of Us Season 3. Now, I know a lot of people are immediately going, oh, Danny Ramirez left. There must be trouble in Last of Us. It has nothing to do with that. It is fully a scheduling conflict. Remember, Danny Ramirez is now Falcon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He has a commitment to do Avengers, and he just can't film them both at the same time, so he had to drop out. So that is all when it comes to that. All right, going back over, well, hold on. The Death of Robin Hood is officially given a release date of June 19th of this year. The film follows Robin Hood grappling with his past after a life of crime whilst in the hands of a mysterious woman after being injured. So June 19th is the official release date for that one. Another Apple TV one, Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. This one stars Tatiana Maslany. The series follows a woman who falls down a rabbit hole of blackmail and murder after being convinced that she witnessed a crime. This one releases on May 20th on Apple TV. A live-action Tony the Tattooed Man movie is in the works at Mattel. That's right. Tracy Lehman is set to direct the film. I cannot believe this got greenlit. There's so many movies I want greenlit, and they don't happen. But a Tony the Tattooed Man is moving forward. So there you go. The first trailer for In the Blink of an Eye has dropped. This is the new film from WALL-E and Finding Nemo director Andrew Stratton. This film follows 3 storylines from past, present, and future that span centuries and represent the circle of life. This one releases on February 27th over on Hulu. Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be doing a new action movie for Netflix that is being talked about, that it's a mix of like Collateral and Sicario. So love that mix. I love Jake. So I'm sure this will be something pretty damn cool. There's a lot of rumors going around that Mark Ruffalo has been fired from Disney. I don't know where that began. I don't know why it's spreading. But Mark Ruffalo, doing press for Crime 101, which comes out next week, was asked point blank about it. He was like, no, not true. Chris Hemsworth said, not true. They're laughing it off. They don't know where the hell this shit comes from. So don't pay no attention to those fake-ass rumors. Ted Danson's show, A Man on the Inside, has been renewed for a 3rd season over on Netflix. R.J. Decker, which is a new Private Eye show. It premieres Tuesday, March 3rd over on ABC and will stream on Hulu as well. Netflix is going to air a special BTS comeback performance and new documentary. All right, some more Apple TV Plus, Apple TV stuff. You ready? Because, like I said, today was our big presentation. So coming to Apple TV this month, starting on February 13th, is going to be the movie Eternity. This one looks really, really good with Elizabeth Olsen and, why am I spacing his name? Caleb Turner and, fuck. I'm drawing a blank right now. Sorry, man. It's too late. Miles Teller. There it is. It just hit me. Miles Teller. So Eternity is going to hit February 13th over on Apple TV. February 20th is The Last Thing He Told Me Season 2. And February 27th is Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. Another announcement is the new movie Mayday. This is coming September 4th to Apple TV. It's a new action comedy movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh. So very interesting there. Widow's Bay, another new show coming to Apple TV on April 29th. It's a new series starring Matthew Reyes from the creator Katie Dippold and director Hiro Murai. This is a very, very, they have a little teaser that did come out. It's only about 15 seconds long. It doesn't really show anything, but that's kind of how Pluribus was, and look how awesome that was. So this must mean it's going to be a banger. Matchbox the movie. Now I remember reporting that John Cena was going to do the Matchbox movie, very Fast and Furious, right? But I didn't know this was going to Apple TV, so very cool here. Matchbox the movie is coming October 9th to Apple TV, a new action movie starring John Cena, Jessica Biel, Sam Richardson, Tiona Paris, and Arturo Castro. Awesome cast, man, and that is badass. October 9th, Apple TV. Margot's Got Money Troubles. We talked about that teaser. This is April 15th on Apple TV. A new series from David E. Kelley starring Elle Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Nick Offerman based on the best-selling novel. So there you go there. Another new one coming to Apple TV is the movie Way of the Warrior Kid. This is coming November 20th to Apple TV. It's a new movie starring Chris Pratt, Linda Cardellini, Jude Hill, and based on the inspiring novel by Jocko Willink. So pretty cool there. I think it was directed by Mick G as well. Another new one to Apple TV, The Dink. This is coming July 24th to Apple TV, a new comedy movie starring Jake Johnson, Mary Steenburgen, Ed Harris, Andy Roddick, Patton Oswalt, Chloe Fineman, Chris Parnell, and Aaron Chen, along with Ben Stiller. So awesome cast there. The Dink, I think it's a pickleball movie. This is going to be pretty funny. Coming this summer, Apple TV, July 24th. And lastly, Law & Order SVU. David Zayas is taking over the guest role from Timothy Busfield in a brand new recasting. So on that note, my friends, that is the news of the week. Oh man, I ended up going about 10 minutes over what I wanted to, but hey, you can't speed through the news. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and we got you there. So let's wrap it on up and get you home. All right. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it. You can find everything you need there. Links to support the show, subscribe to the show, share the show, all the podcast episodes, everything's right there, AmIOnTheAir.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Give us a follow on our X page at AmIOnTheAir. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. Make sure you follow us on our other socials as well, like Threads or Blue Sky, same handles. Go ahead and support the show wherever you see fit. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen. Subscribe, so you never miss an episode. And please leave a review. Take 5 seconds and just leave a quick review. I'd really appreciate it. It would help us out a lot. Let's see here. What else we got? Make sure you follow us on our other socials, like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, all simply at Am I on the Air. Definitely worth it. Don't forget, because you can check out our quick video reviews, quick thoughts that I do, to see some video reviews that I drop. They're under 60 seconds long to let you know if it's worth it or not. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow at Red Dragons Radio, all one word, and at PopCulture_Pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me on this February the 3rd. I hope you all have an amazing week. I'm not sure if we're getting to the theater this weekend. I can't think off the top of my head if there was anything big coming out this weekend, but of course we'll always have something to talk about. So come back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll get you caught up once again. So take care of yourselves and each other, and until next time, y'all, peace. Red Dragons!